Hello again, everybody. Welcome back to TV Time, where we talk about movies and TV shows we just could not put down. Today, we are doing Good Omens on Amazon Prime, based on the book written by Neil Gaiman and Terry Pratchett. It stars Frances McDormand as the voice of God, along with Michael Sheen as Aziraphale and David Tennant as Crowley. This is a very good intro, I feel like, especially since it starts out on the word war and then it zooms out and it's the word warning. The other thing I like is that it says the earth is a Libra, and the Libra symbol obviously is scales, like scales of justice, balance, and that's a big part of what this story is about, right? Angel and demon finding balance and saving the world in the process. Also, it's just a very pretty opening sequence. Crowley's introduction to the Garden of Eden is some truly terrible CGI.
Yeah, unfortunately.
The other really interesting thing they do with the Garden of Eden in the show is it shows them sneaking out of a hole in the wall instead of being thrown out after eating the apple of knowledge. Don't let the sun go down on you here implies that Aziraphale is the one who told them to get going before God realized they ate the apple. Fun fact, Brie has this intro song on her Spotify playlist. So every so often we'll be driving down the road and I'll just hear the harpsichord start up.
I just love it.
It is good, but it's kind of jarring to go from like 3 Days Grace to I know I just mixed up the melody from like the middle and the end, but in my defense, I tried to do the beginning and then got distracted by the sound I was actually hearing.
I just think it's like really catchy.
I love how Crowley's intro in like the modern world is on the line Beelzebub has a devil put aside for me. And you know that Hastur and Liger were sent by Beelzebub.
I for one love how just badass Billy is. He just does not really give a shit at anything. That is what he wants. He's so cool at it.
And the other demons are like, I took one soul. I'll have a new soul within a decade. And Crowley's like, I took down the cell network and now everyone's angry and yelling at each other and corrupting their souls a little more. Quality versus quantity, I guess. Gabriel's hypocrisy on full display in his opening scene. I do not sully the temple of my body with gross matter. But I like the clothes, so I'll wear clothes.
Yeah, just thinking it.
It's a nice little clue towards his character.
One works in serious ways. Can't see enough angels. Every time I watch this, I always find satanic guns to be rather ironic.
I also love the chattering order when normally it's the vow of silence. That's where I know her from. The head nun was also in the TV show Broadchurch, which is a mystery drama that also starred David Tennant.
Interesting.
Yeah. Every time I watch this, I've been trying to figure out where I know Mother Superior from, and that's it. That is the grin of a woman getting back at her husband for not being with her during birth. I love the way David Tennant goes, celestial harmonies.
Gotcha. You all, as the officer there, with a little triangular like club cafe.
It's a boot.
Yeah. On Riley's bar. And just mysteriously vanishes. He's able to drive away as he's getting a ticket. He's paid.
As they cross the road is a great shot because they both look to see who's coming. Aziraphale steps out first, and Crowley's the one who like holds a hand up to thank the driver for stopping instead of hitting them.
Let's take a moment and question how related is Aziraphale I love to still be friends, despite them one being a demon and the other being an angel.
But they're not allowed. That's the whole point. They hide it.
I think it's Nightward, but they are friends despite being from different sides.
The guy on the hoverboard in the background.
Yeah, it's so random. Anyway, see, Aziraphale talking to the High Council in heaven, and we some random in the background. You have a bunch of angels finally going around and Lord things. Very odd.
Aziraphale's glasses in this bus scene are the same style as Crowley's glasses when he gets hired as the nanny. It's just that Aziraphale's glasses are clear. Please do not lick the walls. Come on, demons. You're evil. You don't have to be gross, too.
I love the toad and lizard iguana. They're like as all those demons. Their heads.
Yeah.
It's kind of cute.
Seems like most of the named demons are associated with an animal. Like you've got Crowley with snakes, Beelzebub with flies, Hastur with frogs, Liger with iguanas,
Uh,
the one guy who can make clones of himself, and a rabbit.
okay, so this look here. This is after the Hellhound. Now is their villain. They're later talking in at the park, which they often do. So while they're talking to each other about Warlock here, Warlock is falling on public property. Oh, a little son in the park, a little marker. So he's essentially doing like graffiti on the side thing. There's a rabbit's adorable. This thing Harry the rabbit's adorable dude.
Yes, Harry the rabbit is adorable. Wait a second. Yeah. So Crowley's watch was counting down the seconds, but when it flipped over to 3 o'clock, it was on 100 seconds.
He's David Gunn.
I guess. I love how the Hellhound is just a giant Jack Russell with oversized fangs.
I think it kind of looks like something you see in a Goosebumps movie with like
Yes.
terrible CGI.
That's exactly what it looks like.
Stupid name for a dog. Dog.
Yeah. I love how all his friends are looking at each other like that is too big of a coincidence to ignore. And Adam just does not twig that something's wrong. Because Adam's whole life has been like that. And that's episode 1. We'll keep it going with episode 2 here.
I love that camera strike they did for the scene transition.
From the outside to the inside through the glass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How many books do you think deserves? Does it film has a shot?
Oh, thousands.
I love this. The demon just they got the talk to like this. It's just some normal thing.
Demons in the airwaves.
Why does it matter who signs first?
That's the whole point here. Is that it's such a stupid thing to get angry over, is who signs a peace treaty to begin with. But everyone's so on edge that that's what sparks the war beginning again. That's what destroys the peace treaty.
See if they're smart about it. They actually did want a peace treaty. They just on at the same time.
But their pride is getting in the way. I love how they're all holding guns on each other, but a sword is what gets them excited. You know, it just occurred to me, babe. This theme song is written in 3/4. You could dance a waltz to this theme music.
I'm not really much for dancing, but I'm gonna strongly consider it.
Yeah, you gonna waltz with me, babe?
Maybe for a wedding.
I love the name Thou Shalt Not Commit Adultery Pulsifer because it ties so neatly in with Puritan names of the time.
Oh, there's going to sail with straw hills.
It's not in Salem, and they're actually burning someone at the stake. Salem did not burn anybody. There were some hangings. There was one man who was crushed to death. So that was a very neat framing that I didn't catch the first couple times I watched this. Earlier, when the camera followed the angels in, it went straight through the glass without problem. Now it tried to do the same thing. It tried to go through the glass into a room, into Newton Pulsifer's room, and it couldn't do it. It just bounced right off. So Newt is just purely human. No tricks, no magic, no nothing. But does he break computers? And you can ask Bree, or if you look at our glitch and soft lock videos, you already know. I am much the same. So I empathize very strongly with Newt here. This man would definitely call us witches, babe. We call our cats funny names all the time.
Yeah, we have a cat named Fluff Butt.
Yep, because she does have a very fluffy butt. Exactly what you were looking for, you just don't know it. Anathema asked if there were any great beasts around. Adam said, "There's dog." She goes, "Not what I'm looking for." It's exactly what she's looking for. She just doesn't know it yet.
Would it be written in the giant green book?
Only if they could interpret it properly. Anathema is so confused in this scene where Aziraphale and Crowley pick her up, and you can tell she's wondering if these guys are witches. They totally skipped over something in the book when they drop her off, which is that Crowley calls Aziraphale angel, and Anathema immediately relaxes. I love how Aziraphale says, "Not to be!" which in the context of Hamlet's soliloquy there means go kill yourself. That's what the whole thing is about, babe. To be or not to be. Should I keep living or should I kill myself? That's what that whole speech means.
I did not know that.
Yeah. To be or not to be, whether 'tis nobler in the mind to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous misfortune. I forget the next couple lines, but it's something like, or if it's better to just step back and allow the world to turn without me.
So Rachel and I both know that I am a very tech-savvy girl. So if I were to find myself stuck in the 1600s, I'd be miserable.
Yeah, me too.
So I didn't deserve to just stop me. The question is, probably.
He knew the other guy would get carried off, or he assumed the people would realize something went wrong when the so-called prisoner is the man that they've seen working with them every day, dressed in clothes they've never seen him wear.
Yeah, but he didn't be the one to say anything when they came up.
Yeah, that's massive oversight on the part of the writers.
I feel like Crowley is more of an anti-angel, like an anti-hero angel than that of a demon.
Yeah, I can see that. I definitely can't imagine Hastur or Liger or Beelzebub acting the way Crowley does.
Yeah, but like Crowley just does whatever he wants,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
and he's able to get away with it
Yeah.
just because he's Crowley.
Mm-hmm.
What is this? Hell, give Crowley the holy water again? What did Crowley want?
In case he needed to kill a demon.
Oh, okay. On episode 4 now.
I guess Atlantis is right by Havana, huh?
I see we see the kids talking about aliens, spaceships, starting not to reference the after the
Well, Fountain's like, it's in a magazine, it's gotta be real. And I guess he's just never heard of fiction.
what fiction we just finished that went through one of my favorite theme songs.
That's why it's on your Spotify playlist.
It's I was gonna ask about the flaming sword. Now, like thousands of years later, they got a picture of Aziraphale and Crowley sitting together on the bench.
I love how Crowley says you shouldn't test them to destruction. Kind of shows you where his priorities are. It's very funny to me that they turned pollution into pestilence, or pestilence into pollution when like 2 years after this show came out, COVID hit.
I love how pollution just tosses the cardboard box in with the river. I know it's a whole thing, but still.
This is at 12:01. The postman opens the letter and it reads, "Deliver to death. Location everywhere. Package is something to him. Come and see." And he leaves a note for his wife.
I don't know, I much prefer the MCU version of death.
Yeah, that alien looks like she belongs in Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Prophecy number 3819. When Robin's blue chariot inverted be, 3 wheels in the sky, a man with bruises be upon your bed, shins his head for willow fine. Oh, aching his head for willow fine. A man who testeth with pin, yet his heart be clean. Oh, tested with pain, yet his heart be clean. Yet seed of mine own undoing, take the means of flame from him, for to make right certain. Together ye shall be until the end that is to come.
And that's at 2104. So that these triplets at 2240, their hair is stupid. I know that Adam is meant to be like the Antichrist or whatever in the show, but he's still overpowered, especially for a kid. Or not even of a kid. And here, around 33 and a half minutes in, Adam is having a massive power trip. The quote where Rose says, "How could somebody so clever like you be so stupid?" As their fellow replies, "I forgive you." That line, "I forgive you," comes back later, and it's 10 times more heartbreaking. Here we see finally getting his holy water he got from Aziraphale a good while back. He puts it in a red bucket. Oh, he set up the old bucket trap on the door. Ellie did a spray bottle too, and he built it. Ellie just watches as the demon not only gets filled by the holy water, I was just like, eh, okay. We gotta get at it. I love that effect. The crowd just gets right into the, I love this, like, Mando art. Right, God, it's like, oh yeah, Aziraphale just learned how to dance, by the way. Mando in the 1800s. Just as like a, we got like it. And we're back to Adam having massive power trip against his so-called friends. And he's levitating now. He said stop talking. Not lose her health. He said everybody. So I would assume that would be literally everyone. Like all the demons, all the angels, all the humans. Or so we actually hear Zerfel say any cat's word. And around 54 minutes, he says stop. And that's episode 4. And we are now on season 1, episode 5.
The bookshop. All the books are burning. So I love in this scene where he runs into the burning bookshop, there is an establishing shot of a gramophone playing to Best Friend by Queen, which implies that that's what Aziraphale was listening to. And we know that any tape or CD left in a car for more than 2 weeks becomes a Queen CD, and that's what Crowley was listening to. Bree's favorite song playing.
One of my favorite intros. I love how Crowley just has the old glove box full of his, like, kind of glasses.
In the background, playing the video game, you can see Death at the Happy Porker Cafe.
And around 15 minutes in,
I think my favorite part of all of the Terry Pratchett adaptations is that it's always the same guy playing Death.
I love that one scene. It does try on of it. It's a 20 minutes in with a seance, and what's her name? Chill, the deceased husband. And the deceased husband is like, there's one thing I always wanted to say to you, and it's just shut up. To the wife, and she never stops talking. Just yells in her face, so I think that's just great. And so what's the time stand of the
21-22.
I really love how Chloe, one of those badass demons within the show, is stuck in a traffic jam.
On the M25. It also is hilarious, like Chickens Coming Home to Roost, because he's the one that came up with the design for the M25. Just the misery grinding through, making everyone slightly more susceptible to Satan, and now he's stuck in it himself. I love how Shadwell wakes up in her bedroom still clutching her flogger.
Also, if you pay attention to that, what above it there, amongst the, while she's on the bed, is an ET doll. Well, ET plushie. It's the way he looks up at it.
And the M25 goes up in flames. And it burn, burn, burn. That ring of fire. That ring of fire. The thunder gun looks like someone took a trombone and turned it into a weapon.
Yeah, I can see that. Okay, so there's death, pollution. What's the other two?
Famine and war.
And we just saw those four on the other motorcycles asking for directions. Wait, why is there US Air Force in London?
Probably left over from World War II, if I had to guess. I love the guy at the checkout desk reading a book by Neil Gaiman. What's he reading? American Gods? That shot where the flaming Bentley comes around the curve in the road as he's heading into the Air Force Base. Right around 47 minutes in. It almost looked like the nose hole in Death's skull, which I'm sure is intentional. That's it for episode 5.
Season 1. Alright, here we go. Season 1, episode 6. The final episode of season 1. I love that scene.
The scene where Crowley's trial starts.
That one starts. Here we see Crowley's belly just blew up.
Crowley looks so disturbed that Madame Tracy went, "Oh, that made me feel all tingly," when she got separated into 2 people again. 17 minutes. Exactly.
I find it really funny how
Beelzebub
just has a giant fly on her head.
Yeah, the hat.
Yeah, like she's,
The ruler of hell.
and she decides to wear a giant fly on her head.
All the demons have an animal. Beelzebub's is the fly. I love that exchange. God does not play games with the universe. Where have you been? Their special effects department really went all out on Satan. Also, can I just point out the fucking irony in Lucifer getting mad at his son for being rebellious? That's his whole thing, is rebelling against authority.
Also, I was noticed that, but Lucifer kind of looks like,
Daniel Craig?
Yeah.
Okay.
and so he looks like, hey, we're back to the trial.
You didn't need to drop the whole demon in there.
I think it would matter.
Nathan was so disappointed that she got more prophecies from Agnes.
And now we're at Aziraphale's trial. For how long it takes them to get to the trials. They can't tell.
And they gotta show the resolution of everything else. You know Haster is having such whiplash here with Crowley in the tub of holy water. And if you remember a few episodes back, Crowley threatened him with a spray mister that he was convinced was regular water because it didn't hurt Crowley. And now he's realizing that holy water doesn't actually harm Crowley. He's like, holy shit, I got lucky as hell.
He said that's not valid.
They don't know that. Haster doesn't know that.
And then all the demons and the angels, including
Beelzebub.
yeah, I can't pronounce her name. All fear Valley.
Yep. And the angels are like, what the fuck is Eurofale? I like how Anathema just burns the new prophecies from Agnes. Like, she doesn't want to be trapped in that legacy anymore.
But wouldn't Agnes have predicted that?
You would think.
Agnes predicted that she would burn the first page in the mindset that like she doesn't want to worry about the process anymore or be part of like the lineage or whatever. And then after burning that first page, it doesn't really matter. Yeah, it's just the front page that she's really like, oh, actually I kind of would like to know what happened in the future. So like I feel like keep on these pages. Yeah, and like I feel like that could be written in the pages, the rest of the pages will.
Yeah.
I love that special thing where they did like swap bodies back.
Yeah, it's kind of cool.
And so I feel like really are like a yin yang thing.
They balance each other very well.
Yeah, but not only that, but like they each have a little bit good, a little bit bad.
Yeah, just enough to make things interesting. And that's it for season 1. Hope you guys enjoyed. We will see you with season 2.
Next time.
Bye.